Walaikum
Yes.
salam, ma'am.
Yeah. Salam alaikum. Sat Sri
Good
Akal.
morning.
I should be telling you that.
Sat Sri Akal. Good morning, beautiful people.
Ji.
I must tell you the purpose of my epilepsy book was that somebody would read it and would like to come out and motivate other people, and an epileptic would come out and talk to people and inspire, and I'm so happy and feel so rewarded that all the way from Vizag, Vishakhapatnam, this wonderful lady has come out of her closet and wants to talk about her epileptic journey. And I think मेरी जो तमन्ना थी book की has been fulfilled. That somebody who is not out of the 8 warriors in the book, but yet she's a warrior because she has been fighting epileptic journey all along, and now she wants to share her journey with us. I want to introduce to you Mumtaz ma'am. I'm a big fan of Mumtaz, who's in the movies. उनसे तो मुलाकात होएगी नहीं, तो ये मुमताज मैम से मुलाकात हो रही है. एंड मुमताज मैम हमारे पास हैं एंड आज हम उनसे गुफ्तगू करने वाले हैं. एंड as you all know, I had a seizure, 2 seizures last week out of the blue. अब थोड़ी सी मेरी तबीयत ठीक हुई और मैम से बात करके मुझे भी इंस्पिरेशन मिली है. एंड बट नो सीजर कैन स्टॉप मी, एंड आई एम बैक ऑन द रोड पूरे जोश के साथ. और जब मैम से मैंने बात की मुझे भी थोड़ी जोश मिला कि नहीं, मैम से बात करके मुझे भी थोड़ी ताकत मिली है. और ma'am is a wonderful writer, she's a poet, and आज मैम से हम थोड़ा जानेंगे इनकी जर्नी के बारे में. मैम ने मुझे बताया था कि she got her first epilepsy seizures when she was in boarding, when she was 15 to 16 years old. मैम आप हमारे दर्शकों को बताइए. Please talk, please tell us, please share. You're being very brave coming out in the open, and I'm so happy, and I hope people will hear you and like to come out. More epileptics will come out in the open and share their journey after you talk about your journey. Please tell, how was when you were 15, 16, उस जमाने में आपने, आपके पेरेंट्स ने कैसे एक्सेप्ट किया स्टिग्मा, और वो जर्नी आपने व्हेन यू वर इन बोर्डिंग, कैसे बोर्डिंग में जब आपको सीजर्स हुआ, आपके आसपास की गर्ल्स कॉन्वेंट में होते होंगे, आप कैसे उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया, कैसे आपको उन्होंने आपको कैसे एक्सेप्ट किया जब हॉस्टल में आपके सीजर्स हुआ. अब बताइए, शेयर कीजिए प्लीज मैम.
I was about 15, I think it was the year 1984, yeah, 83. I'm not very sure. Was studying in Sophia, Mount Abu, and I was in my 10th standard. So that is the first time that I got a seizure suddenly in the morning. And uske pehle I had been phasing out. That is, there were these convulsions, jerks, you know, these kind of jerks and convulsions that I was experiencing. I was disoriented early in the morning because we had a study hour then. So ek din aisa hua ki I just lost consciousness because of a severe convulsion, and I was taken to the back to my dormitory and put back to sleep. Uske baad 6 mahine to nikal gaye. But when I had to come back home in the month of December for our preparatory leave, board की preparatory leave होती है, तो तब वहाँ पे घर पे मैं जैसे आई तो एक दिन bathroom, you know, while having a bath, I lost consciousness. I must have gone into a severe convulsion because I was not conscious for a couple of hours. And I burnt myself very badly that day. So my mother wasn't at home at that point of time, and my father was waiting for me to come out from the, washroom. And finally, he called my aunts and he broke the door. He rescued me, and he saw that I had burnt myself. I was absolutely unconscious at that particular point of time. Luckily for me, more than the stigma, I had a very, very supportive family. My parents were extremely supportive because my mother did not ask me to let go of my board exam. Instead, she told me to go ahead, prepare how much ever I could, because I was heavily drugged. That is, epileptic drugs put a person into a kind of, how should I say, your mind becomes very disoriented. You become very
Disoriented,
sluggish.
yes, yes, yes.
You become very sluggish. So I was going through that lethargic period because of the drugs. But despite that, she came with me to Mount Abu. She stayed with me for that 20-day period so that I could give my board exams. Whatever I could put on paper, I put on paper. I managed to come out of the 10th, not in flying colors, but I did manage to come out, because that it was a period of havoc. बहुत ही my mind was in a chaotic state. फिर उसके बाद जैसे घर आए,
it's called brain fog. इसको हाँ बोलते हैं brain
yes.
fog.
हाँ, we had already consulted our general physician and he had referred us to a neurologist in Vizag. But we were waiting for the boards to get over so that, I could go to a proper neurosurgeon or a neurologist. And a battery of tests had been done, the CAT scan or जो भी what was required, EEG, जो भी required था, सब कुछ किया था. So उसके बाद my mother is a very, very spiritual person. And वो मानती थी कि दवा के साथ दुआ बहुत ही important है. जैसे दवा जो काम करती है उससे ज्यादा दुआ का जो महत्व है, जो दुआ is like it is like a tool. So because of the prayers and spirituality, she kind of made me, she empowered me, I should say. She empowered my whole family through this journey. It was a very dark phase for us because there were these people looking at me ki tum theek to ho na, there's something abnormal about epilepsy, that's what people believe.
Acceptance.
So
people
despite
don't
that,
accept.
People
don't accept.
So my mother, in that time, my mother is a lady of very few words, but I can only commend her fortitude. I can really commend her courage to take me through that period of darkness. And then when I went, I was taken to our spiritual guru in Mumbai. I will name him also. His name is Dr. Muhammad Burhanuddin Sahib. Now, when I was taken to him, he consulted several doctors, a team of doctors, and I was then referred to one very famous neurosurgeon in Jaslok Hospital, that is Dr. Naushir Wadia.
Okay.
So that's where I was put on to 6 tablets of sodium valproate per day. And it created even more lethargy. I began to feel very sleepy.
I also had sodium valproate, but it makes you so sleepy, so sleepy.
Yes. Exactly. So I would just go to the college, come back, and I would go into that shell of a sleep. I would not be able to overcome that sleep. I started putting on weight. I started, my hair became very different. My lips darkened. And I think to a large point, we see that epileptics also have hirsutism. That is hair kabhi, because hormones are affected. So you see a lot of hair growth also, excessive hair growth, which is abnormal. So I experienced that also.
आपने एक बहुत खूबसूरत मुझे बात बताई कि you had an arranged marriage and आपको accept किया गया. You were beautifully accepted by your husband's family because your husband's father-in-law's mother or grandmother was epileptic. So you were very
father-in-law's mother.
Yeah, you were very beautifully accepted by your husband's family because you were epileptic. So what was your
Yes.
journey as a, daughter-in-law, and what was your journey, your acceptance as a wife, as because, to be married into a family, because everybody जो बहू होती है who is epileptic is not, सबकी journey इतनी सुंदर नहीं होती है. To be accepted as an epileptic, बहुत taunt मिलते हैं, acceptance बहुत, there may be so many, आप खुशकिस्मत थे, पर आपके there may be so many unlike you who, I mean, जिनको ऐसी किस्मत अच्छी नहीं होगी, तो आप उनको क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं, या उनके हस्बैंड को, उनके घर वालों को क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं, how to be little kind to them, how to be little accepting to them, what is the kind of, what kind of suggestion would you give?
Okay, so my father-in-law's mother was an epileptic. That's one thing. Secondly, my mother-in-law was a very, very, strong woman, because उनके जो पहले शब्द थे, her words were कि अगर कोई बीमारी शादी के बाद आए, जैसे if somebody encounters any kind of a disease after marriage, would you reject that person? Because you're already in wedlock. Yes, like cancer, like blindness, where a person totally becomes dependent, like leukoderma for that matter, because leukoderma also leads to divorces. So it's a mental state of acceptance more than the physical state. So where I would just tell families who are going through, who have gone through epilepsy or are going through epilepsy, that epilepsy is not as large as it appears. It is not invincible. It is not something that cannot be defeated.
ये society ने बनाया है, लोगों ने बनाया है.
जी. Yes, there is a lot of superstition.
Yes.
इतनी superstition है epilepsy के आजू बाजू कि people start thinking कि she is possessed. वो आ जाता है कि शायद उस पे किसका साया है, but that is not true. The woman needs to be taken to a proper doctor. She needs to be given proper rest.
Yes.
Because an 8-hour sleep is very, very necessary for epileptics.
Yes.
At least that is what I have seen through my journey. When I get less sleep, or if I don't sleep, the number of hours that I'm supposed to sleep, then it so happens that the next day I am groggy. I am tired. And not many people understand that. They think that ye koi bahana hai, but it is not any kind of a bahana. It is not an excuse. It is, something that a person who goes through epilepsy understands more than other people. Yes, I would tell most of the young couples who either are meeting a young person who has epilepsy, that if they can accept the person with epilepsy, then enter marriage. Otherwise, please do not. I mean, there is empathy. There is empathy, but then when you can't accept, or at every point and juncture, you're going to question a person कि आप ऐसे क्यों हो? तो then कोई फायदा नहीं है शादी का. Shadi is not that. Any kind of a relation requires a lot of harmony, compassion,
and understanding.
So understanding and trust. Yes, understanding and trust are, the roots to any relationship.
Yes.
तो I would first तो मैं वही बोलूंगी. और अगर एक मिनट, और अगर किसी फैमिली में जैसे प्रेगनेंसी के बाद ऐसे एपिसोड आते हैं, तो then I would suggest that you go to a proper doctor. आप find out तो करिए, and definitely अगर कोई problem है तो solution तो होगा ही. There is a lot of chanting and other ways also to help the person out. दवा के साथ, again I will stress, दुआ का बहुत ही importance है. दुआ एक बड़ा हथियार है.
Ma'am, आपका last seizure was in 2011, you told me. So you are under medication since then, and you are under regular medication, and you also suffer, like all of us, memory loss, sluggishness. So I mean, like every mother, like every wife, like every woman, you are running your house, your daughters. Obviously, गृहिणी के बिना घर चलता नहीं है. Like all of us. All
Yes,
without
yes.
a woman, I will say whether you're epileptic or not, without a woman, no house can run. So how are you running the
I
house? You are
I am
running
not
the
only running my house. I have actually worked as an assistant professor, so I have managed a job and the career front as well as the my house. So I have managed both the sides, and it is because of the large support of my family. My family has been extremely supportive. My family, my parents, my friends. Now,
touch
yeah,
wood,
that is one
touch
more
wood,
thing I
touch
would
wood,
say.
touch wood.
Yeah, of course, touch wood.
Mm.
I thank God for that. Ki, you should develop or you should have that kind of a base of friends कि जहाँ पे आपका जो दिल का दर्द है you can discuss it. आप बात कर सकते हो. नहीं तो वो that दिल का दर्द अगर आप लेके घूमोगे तो it's not really going to help you. That anxiety will create even more chaos.
Yes,
So
ma'am, we
that
are epileptics are very empathetic, emotional people. And हमारा जो
yes,
जो दर्द है, we find a lot of happiness in helping others. We find a lot of
Exactly.
happiness. So you told me you find a lot of peace in helping spastic children and handicapped children. You find a lot of peace in
Yes,
that. And that's a very profound thing.
yes, I think when you realize that you're in a difficulty, you understand another person who is going through a difficulty much more
Yes,
better.
yes. Somebody has a
So
handicap,
probably that
you
is
understand that. Yes.
yes, and epilepsy is in many communities considered a handicap.
Yes.
It is
It is
considered a
it
handicap.
it
So
is a
I think
it is a
education would be the biggest tool.
ma'am, it is a handicap. It is a matter of acceptance. We accept it. Many people do not accept the handicap. You know,
Yes, yes.
it is,
No,
ma'am,
that's what I'm
आपकी
coming to. So
हाँ,
when you
हाँ,
accept spastics, when you and train them, to lead their own lives, why can't you accept a person who is epileptic and also give them that kind of training? क्यों नहीं?
yes, yes,
I do not believe कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. I believe that it is all in your, it is within you. आप क्या करना चाहते हो? You can
absolutely,
reject or you can accept and move on, journey together, because no man is an island. All of us need each other at one time or the other, and each of one is flawed in some way or the other. Don't you agree with me, Preeti?
absolutely. मैम आप मुझे बताइए आपसे यू आर अ profound poet and our audience हम आपसे एक कविता सुनना चाहते हैं. Please give us a beautiful poem before we end our interview, because I would like because very soon मैंने आपने बताया है आप अपनी कविताएं पब्लिश करना चाहती हैं, पर जाते जाते आप प्लीज हमें एक because you told me you have started your journey long back of writing poetry, but we would like to listen to one poem of yours. And before we say goodbye to you, we want something beautiful from your end. Please सुनाइए कुछ.
Okay, so this is a tribute to motherhood. My poem that I'm going to read out is a tribute to motherhood. So here it goes. Hues most divine, like gentle breeze, come your endearing words, rocking me into a blissful sleep, soothing my worries and cares. My closed lids now stare at your smiling visage. Perhaps we are slipping through the shadows of yesteryears with much more ease. A wonderment lights up your face like the light of a moon. It handsomely glows, daring me to thrust my lids open. My soul lurks around, comforted in your love. Maternal bliss it soaks in. Like sprouting seeds, soaking in motes of dancing sunlight, to the tune of early sunbeams. In sleep, I'm bathed in the comiraby of your beaming, radiant smiles. O mother, how joyously I bathe in the bubbling rivulet of your love. How your ever flowing stream of love is like the incandescent light sparkling from the seven heavens above, reaching me wherever life's quest takes me. In the darkest moments, the woody calm of your love, like Shin Rin Yoko, engulfs me, wave after wave, lapping me like coastal tides, lulling boatswains into dreamless sleep. O Mother, your angelic light, beacon like, glows to calm my soul. Through raging frenzied time, my footsteps turn as if guided mysteriously by angels. The heavens above, O Mother, clothe you in hues most divine. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's so beautiful, ma'am. I lost my mother when I became a mother myself. So I understand what a mother means. That was so beautiful, ma'am. And I hope to see in the near future your book published of poetry. And ma'am, I wish you well, good health. And I'm so, so happy you are the first person who is not in my book, but who's come out of the closet and out there to inspire many to come out. And viewers, listeners, I hope you got inspired by ma'am, and more people with epilepsy will come out and tell me, reach out to me, and want to share their stories and come out in the open and talk about epilepsy, and let's fight this battle together. Thank you so much, ma'am, and
Yes.
keep shining, keep fighting, and hope to meet you in this lifetime. And we with sending
Definitely.
you
Definitely.
sending you Jadoo Ki Jhappi. And with that, I'll say Khuda
Sending
Hafiz.
it back to you. Yes. Khuda Hafiz.
Okay, ma'am. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Preeti. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.